Well, this is the first little dinky field with the hay bind this year. I always do this small field, this little crappy little triangle field first, in case anything's not going to work. I'm not going to lose a lot of hay. A lot of every other field is bigger, so if something's going to go wrong, do it on a small scale. But everybody's talking about the Trump verdict. We kind of expected it. I'm guessing a lot of other people were too. But today I did at lunch, got a memory, but wanted to check it. So I started looking up some Stormy Daniels interviews on what actually happened. And it's actually very unclear whether or not there was any relation between Stormy Daniels and Donald Trump. In one interview, she said, basically she said, it was a paper that said it didn't happen, and she's like, that's cool because it didn't happen. Maybe that was just a slip, or I don't know what it was, but it was after the initial case. But the rumor was out there. Apparently she was trying to get a slipper into an upper gear. She was trying to get a reality TV show off. And so they ended up having dinner and talking about it. Maybe something happened, maybe it didn't. I don't know. I honestly don't care. In her business, she was a porn star. So maybe the way you get jobs is by sleeping with somebody. She laid on the charm and magic happened. Maybe they had dinner, talked about it, and that's all it went. I don't know. I don't care. Having said that, she did, maybe it was a slip, maybe it was come to Jesus moment when she said, yeah, nothing happened. But she did sign her lawyer, what's his name, Abernathy or whatever his name was. He approached Comey from what I can gather, because Comey was on he was on one of Trump's lawyers, and his reputation was, I'm the fixer, I make shit disappear. So he gets approached, tells Trump about it. They have a conversation, and in that conversation, Trump's like, well, what do I do? Just give her cash, or what do I do to make this go away? It didn't happen. Comey puts together a shell company. He takes care of it, uses his money. She signs a non-disclosure agreement. Gets paid $139,000. And she's cool with it. He's cool with it. Everybody's cool with it. And Comey decides he's going to write a book on what a great guy he is, and he's the fixer. And he includes that he even put together a non-disclosure agreement between a sexual relation between Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels. So, the publisher reads this shit, calls the Wall Street Journal, the Wall Street Journal publishes it. And the rest is history. So then, everybody's talking about it, but she can't, because of the non-disclosure agreement. So then the lawyer gets involved again, and then basically we want to get rid of this non-disclosure agreement because she wants to tell her side of the story. And she's going to write a book, make millions and millions of dollars talking about something that she already said didn't happen. In another interview, she says that the whole thing was the scumbag lawyer's idea. And ironically, scumbag lawyer ended up in jail on another related charge. So there's no actual proof that anything actually happened. Comey set up the entire shell company in his name to pay off Stormy Daniels. They gotta shift gears again. Bear with me. So I guess what I'm getting at is it's debatable whether anything happened. It is not debatable that there was a shakedown involved. There's some shitty legal advice from Stormy Daniels' lawyer. Comey was actually an absolute dirtbag. Trump's fingerprints were not anywhere on it. The Stormy Daniels and her lawyer, Abernathy, and Comey, they were. To tie this in, and what they're claiming, the 36 charges he was found guilty on were 36 checks that Comey wrote out of his checking account for the shell company that paid off Stormy Daniels. So that really isn't evidence of anything as far as I'm concerned. The other thing is, gotta make sure I don't hit the building. It's always good not to smash the equipment. Where the hell was I? The other thing is I'm saying it's a bookkeeping error because he paid the legal fees to Comey for fixing it, you know, when all Comey did was basically make a big mess. Bill O'Reilly, he's a big conservative talk show guy, and everybody knows who Bill O'Reilly is. But you know, radical left women claim that he had inappropriate relations with them like 5 times, and because he's, you know, a public personality, he's got insurance, so the insurance company just paid it. They just came to a settlement. Shut up, go away, here's money, done. Finally, I believe it was number 6 pulled the same thing on him. I said, no, I'm not going to settle because it's real and he's got a history of it because his insurance company paid 5 times already. So that was the end of his career. It was all bull. I don't think a 70 whatever year old Bill O'Reilly is going to be molesting 20 years old. I don't even know if the guy has the strength. But that was the end of his career. You know, through a long process, knowing how insurance companies work, they set him up, they set him up, they set him up, they set him up. And no, we're not taking the payout, we're going to court, we're charging you. And that was the end of Bill. Kind of the same thing happened to, you know, Bill Clinton's a really good example. You know, he had all kinds of affairs. Some were wanted, some weren't. Some were just reasonably disgusting. And he never paid anybody. Well, I think he paid Jennifer Flowers, but the rest, because he actually had a relationship with her. All the other women that say, hey, he raped me at a party or whatever, Hillary just basically came by and threatened to kill him. And I do believe there was a couple of them that ended up on the Clinton kill list. So I think paying off Stormy Daniels was better than killing people to keep them quiet, but I'll let you decide. Barack Obama, his chauffeur driver said that they had an affair and the guy died. There's actually a fund in the Congress, and not a lot of people know it. Both houses of the Congress, the House and the Senate, can dip into it. Any woman that makes some kind of sexual allegation against a congressman, all they basically have to do is fill out a form and take the money out of the account to the taxpayer money out of the fund to fix her problem. And that's a fact. You can check on that. That's a real thing that the American. That's a budget item every year. But I think the second part of the story is that A, the whole thing was bullshit. Number two, I think the Democrats really threw down the gauntlet as to what we should all expect. You could talk about red lines, you could talk about whatever you want, but anybody that thought that there was law and order in this country, you know, it's gone. It doesn't happen anymore. That all went out the window. You know, cops aren't supposed to arrest anybody. If they do, they turn them loose on the street. The only thing they do well anymore is traffic enforcement and writing tickets. And it's, you get into flyover country, yeah, the cops are still there, they still do their job, but you know, you want to steal a candy bar at Walmart, you're probably going to get jammed up. If you're in flyover country, if it's in a big city, they'll hand you a second one because you're a customer. Out where I live in Pennsylvania, you steal a candy bar, the police are called. You know, reserved parking right in front of the store. So that, you know, people figured it out. They don't steal much from the Walmart. If you want to steal big, go for it. You want to do, you know, terrible things, go for it. Do it in the name of, you know, when they arrest you, you know, what do you do? Well, first of all, I'm disenfranchised. So, yeah, that's a problem. And then everybody's going to shake their head. Second of all, I don't identify as somebody that follows your laws. You know, I'm a dog or a cat or a freaking eagle or, you know, I'm sure there's all sorts of legal maneuvering you can do right now to never get touched. But some of these people that are prosecuting Trump, they wouldn't, you know, I'm out here in the hayfields. My summer's booked up. I'm not doing nothing. But I think there's a lot of people that, they're not online. They're not anywhere. You know, they watch the news, they watch Fox, they watch whatever. Maybe they watch stuff on YouTube or Rumble, I don't know. But there's a lot of people that are not on anybody's radar that are pretty pissed off right now. There's a lot of ghosts. And, man, if I was one of these diehard, you know, let's get Trump people, you know, if I was somebody's neighbor, and I knew the guy was, you know, reasonably conservative and kept to himself, I'd shut the fuck up. You know, because I don't think it's going to be a hell of a lot to push things right over the edge. And, you know, having said that, that'll mean there is no election next year, next November. There won't be a hell of a lot of anything. You know, inflation is about to hit. Fuel prices are about to explode because Biden was releasing the rest of the strategic reserve right as we're gearing up for war. Anything for a vote, I guess. But yeah, when gas prices go through the roof, you know, one of my big goals right now in the next month is to get as much hay in as possible, because mid to late summer I see gas prices exploding, and so this old tractor runs on diesel fuel, and right now off-road diesel, I think it's like $3.60 a gallon. And when that hits $5, that's gonna be pretty expensive hay. So, you know, got to get it in now. Stock up on whatever I can. But that means the trucks stop running. That means the food, you know, somebody's under contract price for tomatoes and this is what he's getting. And he runs the numbers and it's like, wow, I'm making 8 cents a case. Nah, that ain't happening. I'm not making 8 million cases to make the nut on the farm. I'm just going to let it all go and file an insurance claim. You know, screw it. Sorry, there's no tomatoes this year. There's no wheat. There's no corn. There's no whatever. But a lot of things. Anyway, getting pretty far off track, and this is getting pretty long. Anyway, that's my take on the Trump trial and the sham that it is, and the in kind of a murky future. And it's kind of looking into a pool that just got open. It hasn't been shocked yet. The water's kind of green and cloudy. It doesn't look too good. Not really ready for prime time. Y'all take care.